Okay, so we're going to start some tutorials using the Bataille Empire rules written by Hervé Caillat. Hard to pronounce. But these are some solid rules. And we're going to start off by talking about units and what they mean. So there are two different scales. We plan on starting to use battalion scale for our smaller games, but you also have the option of doing regimental scale and scaling everything up for large games. So there's a lot of flexibility here. The size of units, we're going to stick with a battalion scale today, but a typical standard unit is 600 infantry and 300 cavalry. Artillery batteries, 6 to 8 guns is a standard battery. Okay? So let's look at what that means. We have a Young Guard battalion here, and we have decided that we would like a standard unit to have 6 bases. When we do that, the unit distance, which is also variable, is 5 centimeters or 2 inches. So when you see a movement of 4 UD, you multiply it by 2, and that's the number of inches. That would be 8 inches. So that is a 600 roughly man battalion. If we want to go to a large battalion, which has 25% more, we're going to add 3 more stands. And that would be a large battalion. 9 stands worth. If we had a battalion that's small, it would have 25% or fewer. We are going to do the small battalions with 4 stands. When it comes to cavalry, a standard unit is going to be 8 stands. Excuse me, 8 figures, 4 stands. A large unit is going to have 6 stands, and a small cavalry unit is going to have 3 stands. Now, the unit itself, we're going to talk about orientation. The flank area is a straight line across the frontage, and then a straight line vertically to designate the flank. This is important if you're going to charge a flank. You have to have, for example, if you wanted to charge this flank, you needed to have at least part of the unit in the flank area, and no part of the unit in the in-front area, which is a little different from this. So, for example, if you had a unit here, it is a valid flank charge. If you have a unit here, it is not, because part of the unit is in the in-front area. Okay? Now, let's talk about the attributes of a unit. We have morale and status. The status is guard, elite, line, militia, and irregular. The morale is a number from 1 to 6. And how do you compare? For example, if you have a veteran unit of line infantry at morale 4, and it is in combat with line 2, that's a +2 advantage. For example, Guard 6, French Old Guard, against an M2 Landwehr, say it's a Prussian Landwehr. Well, using the status, it would be a 1, 2, 3 point advantage. If you use the morale, it's 6 to 3. That would also be a 6 to 2, excuse me. That would be a 4-point advantage. You're going to use the higher of the advantage. So French Old Guard versus Prussian Landwehr, G6 to M2, the Guard would have a +4 advantage instead of a +3. Also, maneuver class. There's fast, Class A. Class B is standard, and then Class C is slow. This is for formation changes. You also have a skirmish factor. SK0 is poor quality skirmishers. SK1 is average. For example, Austrian third-rank skirmishers would be SK1. And then you've got your 95th rifles, your higher quality French Léger units, they are SK2. And you basically take what unit they're firing at and you compare the SK numbers. Then each unit has a cohesion point. This is basically how many hit point damage you can take. A standard unit, which we're going to say is medium, for example, infantry is 4 cohesion points. As you start taking hits, those cohesion points decrease. When you get to 0, they're going to rout or flee. If you're large, you're going to have more cohesion. If you're small, you're going to have a little less cohesion. Also, your status, Guard or Elite status, gets an extra point of cohesion. Militia or irregular status, -1 point. So, that's how you compare units. Each unit has all of these characteristics. And that's all we're going to go over for today.